some of these maple leaves right here, but before you do, a few things you're going to want to have is some tongs. You also need some, wait, no, that's not it. Let's see. My needle key, as always, that's to be expected. Now what I was saying is you're going to want some tongs and some hot pads before you start cooking these up, okay, because they're going to be hot. You don't want to reach in there. You'll see. Just make sure you have some hot pads and some tongs for some fire-resistant gloves. So have some hot pads and tongs or fire-resistant gloves for safety. Anyways, you're going to need a small container, like a cereal bowl, to put your ingredients in. You need some. I use pancake mix, or you can just use any breading ingredients to flour the leaves in. Make the bread and fry the leaves with. I prefer pancake mix, and as you can see, you want to use 1 cup of mix and 3/4 cups of water. That's 1 cup of pancake mix and 3/4 cups of water. So you're going to need some water. I don't think pine needle tea is going to work for this one. See how much water I got left in here. You want to make sure it's purified water too. That should be enough. Okay, to review, you're going to need a couple hot pads, some tongs or heat-resistant gloves. You're going to need some water. You're going to need a bowl to mix them in. You're going to want pancake mix, and you're going to need something to measure your ingredients with. Alright, so you need some measuring cups or spoons or whatever. I should have the right size in there somewhere. Let's see. I think that's, yeah, the big one should be the cup. There you go. Can you see that? It says 1 cup. Oh, no, it doesn't. It says 2/3 cup. This is the 1 cup. It's engraved on there. So, besides your measuring ingredients and your liquid and pancake batter ingredients, you're going to need a pan, a good sized pan, and this one is already filled with sunflower oil. I might note that if you have it in the pan already, it's going to make it difficult when running and crouching and doing somersaults, so be careful. You're also going to need some napkins to absorb the oil after you lay the fried leaves down into a container. Okay, you're going to need some sort of utensil to mix the batter with. I use a small fork. It's actually a salad fork, but it'll work for pancake batter too. So you're going to need a container, a measuring container to measure your ingredients in. We got pancake batter. We're going to measure a cup of that, and then we're going to add 3/4 cup of water and a different container to measure that out, and put that in a container like this, and mix that up with a utensil as was described. Once again, using pancake mix. Now, rather than pour it out and make a big mess, I'm just going to keep the pancake mix in the bag and use the scoop to scoop it out. Okay. There you go. Try not to make a mess. And of course, you put that in the container that you're going to mix it in. Right there. Holds it. I should mention that these scoops in particular do not have a 3/4 cup. They have a 2/3 cup, and that's a slightly similar but different measurement. So they have your whole cup, so you could try to fill that up 1/3, excuse me, or you can use the half cup, fill that up all the way once, and then half of the way to make that 2/3. 2/4. See, I got confused. Whoops. It's 3/4 that we need. So to avoid confusion, since you don't have a 3/4 cup, you have a 1/4 cup. You can simply use the 1/4 cup 3 times. Easy math, easy peasy. Here we go. Should also mention that if you take the cup off of the ring, it makes it easier to handle. You connect it to your belt, but it jiggles when you do somersaults and cartwheels and flips and stuff like that. Jumping jacks, hula hoop, basketball, soccer, football, gymnastics, acrobatic, martial arts, and farts. Arts and farts. Anyways, we need 3/4 cup of water, so here's 1/4, 2, and 3. Look, we still have a little bit of water left. Unless you spill it like I just did. Whoops. I prefer pine needle tea anyway. With a hint of citrusy fresh maple leaf. Alright, so once you have your pancake mix and water in a container, you just want to carefully stir it around in small circles and work it away from the edge of the bowl and off of the bottom. Lift it up and stir it around so that it becomes sticky into your pancake batter. Okay, pretty easy. And if your mix is a little bit too watery, you can just add some more batter, and if it's too thick, you can add some more water. I should mention this is the instant pancake mix, so you just need to add water. Some recipes call for eggs, but we're not gonna go through that again. Anyways, you want to stir it around and work out all the lumps and air bubbles. And then, it's not really concealed carry, but don't really need to conceal. It's just some tongs, anyways. So this will not exactly fit in your pocket unless spilling it. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Oh, well, let's see. I should also mention, nice, you're going to want a container to put your fried leaves in. So after you batter them, you put them in the batter, right, with the tongs, not your hands unless you want to make a mess. Use the tongs to batter it, and then you put that into the hot oil. And then once it fries for a few seconds, 20 or 30 seconds, and you flip it over. But when it's ready, nice and golden brown, then you pull it out, and you want to set it in here and line the pan with some napkins. Not dirty napkins, though. Great. So you're also going to need something to start your fire with, and some wood to light. Trying to explain these things to you now before I get the fire going, because it seems recently that when I go to my undisclosed location and start a fire, all of a sudden airplanes are circling around and I gotta hightail it out of there. So I'm explaining it to you now so you know how to do it. And then you're on your own, so be careful, stay safe, and God bless you. But the show's not over. Check it out. Stick around. There's more. There's more! But wait, there's more! Okay, now, I'm recognizing these vehicles from last week and the week before that. I think they are stock on me. Maybe it's a fan? Yeah, whatever it is, I recognize them. Okay, anyways, once again, before I get started, you're going to want a good-sized pan with about 3 inches of sunflower oil in it. That's actually clean. That's just residue from when I previously fixed these because they're good. I couldn't wait. Okay, so I'm about to start a fire and heat up this pan full of oil. Before I do, just give you an example of what it should look like. See, nice and golden brown and delicious. Not too thickly battered. But anyways, it goes really good with some maple syrup. It even go by itself, but I like it with some maple syrup. Naturally, maple leaf, maple syrup, perfect combo. Yep. Concrete napkin. But you can clearly see inside there is a nice fresh maple leaf. You do it with green tomatoes and things like that, so why not? You still see the shape even after I've eaten it halfway. Maple. It is very good, I'm serious. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, let's see, before I actually get started, I should mention also that it's okay if you have a small size container like this, and if the leaf doesn't completely fit inside it, it'll be alright. You might get a little messy, but it's worth it. If the syrup gets drippy, you might get sticky. I said stirrup, that's something completely different. No, not to stir up, a stirrup, or a strap, never mind. Syrup is made from sap. And where you spill the syrup, to answer quick, to react. Oh man. Okay, time to go. Also sticky is maple tree sap. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't see it, I would already warned y'all that not maple. Did I say maple? I meant pine tree needles. Pine tree sap is good for healing wounds. Wait, I was talking about emergency response last time. Anyways, I forgot to mention that, so there you go. We're about to make fried maple leaves, but I thought I would mention about the pine needle tea, that most species of pine are safe to consume, with the exception of a long leaf or long needled pine, and you can see the difference between the two. This one's safe to consume, this one's big and bushy. Wow. Ow. I could use it to swat mosquitoes. You know what I mean? Or dust yourself off. Or for camouflage. Where'd you go? Anyways, that's the difference between the two. Okay, so I'm going to gather up all my supplies and take them to the other undisclosed location. And pine needle teeth is right there in my pocket. That's one of the things I like about this shirt. You recording? Okay, yeah, I gotta put this together. Alright, I'm gonna start this fire here in just a moment. Hold on. Once again, we're using sunflower oil. I should mention, as you're making fires periodically, you might run out of your char cloth material. You just stuff another can and put it on the fire and restock your char cloth. Just put a rock on it to hold it as you put it upside down on the fire. Alright, so I got a few pre-cut pieces of wood I'm going to use here. For those of you who haven't seen, you simply split the wood with a brick real easily. Well, usually it's easy. I won't put up a fight. We're not going to use that one. Of course, for dry wood, you can just snap it pretty easily over your nose. I should mention it's at least 103. I think my phone's beginning to overheat. Yeah, it's just as hot as me. I didn't mean it like that. But we are not to be arrogant or egotistical. We should always stay humble in any situation, especially during the apocalypse. You know? Seriously, it is hot. Okay, but let's go ahead and add to the heat by starting a fire, huh? I don't know if you can see me because of the glare, but okay. Keep your cotton balls in your sock and you're sweaty. It's going to be wet. I'm going to have to run in the shade real quick. Hold on. You got to keep yourself cool. You do not want to overheat, have a heat stroke. You know what I mean? So if you're feeling lightheaded like I am, you want to try to control your breathing, get in the shade and drink something. But what I was saying is you don't want to keep your cotton balls in your sock if you're sweaty, so keep them in a bag to keep them dry and ready. Wait, what is that? There's somebody in the trees. Man, they must be really camouflaged. I don't see anybody. And again, you might not see me either. But somebody sees me. I'm gonna let you look. Music coming out of the trees. I'm gonna get them feet. Crawl back up out of here. Alright, thank you, Lord. We got some cloud cover. Let's start this fire. You ready? Still feel like there's somebody in there possibly watching me. Anyways, when it comes to starting the fire, here we go. Vaseline is a good fuel. Oh my gosh, I got it over my hands. I do not want to burn myself. Seriously, look at that. It's good for wounds, but not when you're starting a fire, dude. Shh, I'm telling you, I'm being vile. There's somebody in the woods watching me. Alright, let's start this fire. You ready? There it goes. If you can see, it's burning. Oh man, I forgot to put my wood over there. Alright, let me put that right there with my wood. Dang it, I got to spell. Alright, put your wood on the fire like that. Okay. Wood on the fire. Try not to burn yourself. I should have had that in place to begin with. Hold on. And now I gotta go back and get the pan full of sunflower oil without spilling it while the fire started. Put a little bit more wood on the fire like that. Needles. There's the sun again. Man, it's hot. Oh, man. No, oh, shoot, crap. Oh, dang it. Oh, I gotta take a... Come on. Yeah, there's definitely somebody in those trees. And I'm not sure how many either. I'm gonna have to make like a tree soon. And roly-poly out of here. But you can't do somersaults if you're carrying a big pan full of hot oil. Or even a small bowl of pancake batter. This could get a bit messy. Unless I don't do somersaults. And don't drop it all over myself. So try to be careful and not spill the syrup. I mean, pancake batter. Or the syrup, because those ants will be all over you, seriously.